Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal is one of those phrases which is very, but very useful. It means like, how is it going or what's up? Now, so just keep in mind that those translations are not accurate translations, all right? So they are more like interpretations because ¿qué tal does not exactly translate 100% to English. You'll see what I'm talking about. So for this lesson today, we're gonna use the formula ¿qué tal? Plus article plus noun. So that's the way we use it in Spanish every time that we're gonna use a noun in a sentence, like 90% of the time. So we're gonna use the article in front of the noun. Let's say that hypothetically you were talking with your friend about his work and how bad his work has been the last few days or the last few weeks. And a week from now, so then you want to follow up on that conversation. So then this is the formula. So you're going to use ¿qué tal? Plus article plus noun, which is trabajo. And then it'll sound ¿qué tal el trabajo? Now, can you see how versatile ¿qué tal is? And we can actually follow up on a conversation that happened in the past. So that's how native Spanish speakers usually use ¿qué tal? And don't get me wrong, so we still use it to say like, how is it going? Which is a good example on how we use it, or what's up. But this is a very, very useful way that we also use ¿qué tal? Now, so let me move on to another example right here, which is gonna be ¿qué tal la familia? ¿Qué tal la familia? How about your family? So it's been a while since we talk about your family. How's your family? ¿Qué tal la familia? How is the party? All right. How is the party? Let's say that you and your friends were talking about organizing or hosting a party, and then so you want to follow up on that party. How would you ask that question in Spanish using the formula ¿qué tal? Article plus noun. Just give me an example. Okay. Estoy esperando. I'm waiting. All right. So it would be ¿qué tal la fiesta? ¿Qué tal la fiesta? If that was your answer, congratulations. You made it. You are halfway through of mastering ¿qué tal? Más ejemplos de ¿qué tal? Would be ¿qué tal las vacaciones? How about your vacation? ¿Qué tal el concierto? How about the concert? Now, something that you guys notice here is that ¿qué tal, as I said, didn't have an accurate translation, right? So it changes from how was or how was it to how about, all right? So just think about it. Just check the pattern or the formula on how we use ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal also can be either formal or informal, all right? It depends on how you make it. So probably you've been taught at school that the only way that you can use ¿qué tal? Is informal, right? Because it's just how is it going? How is it going? It might not be a very formal greeting, a very formal saludo. Now, you can say things like ¿qué tal tú? All right. ¿Qué tal usted? All right. So it would be the formal way. And can you see how we're using ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal? With usted, and that makes it formal. So that's another way that Spanish speaking, Spanish speaking communities use ¿qué tal? All right. So that means that ¿qué tal again can be used formal and informal. It depends on how you make it. can you guys see how versatile ¿Qué tal is and how useful it is, right? Now that you know ¿Qué tal a little bit more than before, so let's see some answers that you can, or some response that you can use when someone uses ¿Qué tal with you in a regular conversation. And so you can say things like bien gracias, which is good. So bien gracias. Or you can say things like todo bien, all good. Simple things like maybe más o menos. So we don't say like things like no malo. We don't usually say things like that. We would say things like, in case you feel just okay, all right? So then you would say things like regular instead of, not bad, or I'm okay. So again, we would use in Spanish things like regular instead. Regular, rolling your R's. I love it. Also, I want you to think about this. Just think about how many times in a conversation you might want to use phrases like how about if or what if. So the way that Spanish speakers kind of translate that would be saying ¿Qué tal? Plus si. That formula right there translates to how about if or what if. So that means that if you already know ¿Qué tal? So you can unlock different ways to communicate situations that are obviously happening to you or someone else. Some examples here, it'll be ¿Qué tal si vamos al supermercado? ¿Qué tal si vamos al supermercado? So you're inviting someone, all right? So another one would be ¿Qué tal si tomamos un poco de café? What about if we have some coffee? ¿Qué tal si tomamos un poco de café? Obviamente, esta es una muy útil si quieres invitar a salir a una persona, a esa persona especial, pues le puedes decir, ¿qué tal si tomamos un café? It's a very, very useful one. I hope you guys were able to unlock a different level of communication using ¿Qué tal? And now let me ask you, ¿qué tal si te suscribes? What about if you subscribe to this channel? So that was the last example. Hasta luego.